Now, the fallout from the Pahalgam tragedy continues to snowball. India is navigating the diplomatic tightrope with regards to measured resolve, global support post the terror attack. A lot of support is still pouring in. The latest voices of support for India and the condemnation of the ghastly terror attack came in from the European Union and Switzerland. In fact, it was the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar who held a conversation with the European Union counterpart, during which they discussed the Pahalgam terror strike. S. Jaishankar welcomed EU's condemnation of terrorism in all forms and manifestations. He also spoke with the Swiss counterpart, reaffirming shared stance that there has to be zero tolerance towards terrorism. The inclusion of the European Union and Switzerland adds the growing list of nations standing beside India in this fight against terrorism. A list that already includes global powerhouses like Russia and United States of America. In contrast, Pakistan is only finding support behind closed doors from a handful of countries like China and Turkey. Our External Affairs editor Geeta Mohan now joining me on the story. Geeta, India has already blocked more social media accounts of Pakistani celebrities. This time we are seeing Fawad Khan.
Sure. One, talks and terror cannot go together was India's constant refrain. Moving forward, water and terror cannot flow together. And now we're looking at art and terror cannot work together. It's very, very clear that India's strategy is multi-pronged when it comes to ensuring that India hits Pakistan where it hurts the most. These are areas where they thought they had a lot of leverage, whether it's art, cricket, or for that matter, the other aspects particularly to do with Indus Waters Treaty, where we have seen India not touching that one treaty since 1960, and now that has been touched. Instagram accounts of artists have been blocked. The cricketers are facing a massive backlash, not just on social media, the X account, where there are massive fights happening, but they're also being blocked. So any messaging where Pakistanis think the artist community or the cricketing community think that they can defend what has happened in Pahalgam will not be acceptable to India, and that is the strong message that India is sending across.
Geeta, we are now seeing more countries expressing concern and also coming out and standing with India. Now it's EU, that is the European Union, and Switzerland. They are also backing India. What roles are these geopolitical equations playing with regards to the tensions between India and Pakistan?
Well, that's a very important question. Why? Because we have to see which are the countries that stack up with India when it comes to support for India against terrorism, and those that stack up with Pakistan. And if you see the list of countries who've not just come out and condemned, but have extended support, they are primarily all the important countries that are fighting this war against terrorism. The United States of America, like you rightly mentioned, European Union, countries in the West have come out and not just extended shown solidarity, but also extended support, saying that they are going to be with India when it comes to this fight against terrorism. On the other hand, if you look at the support that has come for Pakistan, there are just a few, whether it's China, Turkey, yes, they have extended some sort of support and solidarity for Pakistan in saying that their sovereignty should be respected, but they've also clearly denied any sort of help in terms of weapons and arms reaching Pakistan at this point in time. Azerbaijan, another country that has come out in support, but when you come to the larger picture of countries that are really now supporting India, India is in very, very good stead when it comes to international community support. Will it further go down to grey listing of Pakistan at the FATF? Will it go down to isolation of Pakistan diplomatically and maybe militarily as well? These are things we'll have to wait and see. This is not a short-term conflict or battle for India. This time around, it's going to be a long-drawn one, and Pakistan will have to understand that there's a very, very huge cost to pay for the Pahalgam terror attack.
Now, in a second admission, thank you, Geeta, for giving us all those details. My colleague Geeta Mohan putting things in perspective and also saying how it's important that we are seeing a lot of global support coming in, whereas with regards to Pakistan, barely 2 to 3 countries, that too behind closed doors, standing with Pakistan. Thank you, Geeta.